y'all people like that new intro, though. Sounded good. I like it. I mean, we're going to go back to the other one when we do our more prestigious podcast.
Highbrow.
This is the dirty version. You guys are getting it dirty from the squad right now.
That's right. You can play this shit in a strip club.
I mean, you could. There wouldn't be a lot of dancing.
We need to add more bass to it. That's all it is.
And some guys going, hit it, get it, what?
Llama. So,
lawnmower, what?
it's a book.
It's because I'm Spanish.
Yeah.
Racist.
Emperor's New Groove turned into a rap thing. So,
welcome to In Reality.
Welcome to In Reality. They can find us at inreality.com.
At gmail.com.
Also that, yeah. All that's there. It's all there.
It's all there.
Yeah.
You guys find it. You know what? Right now we're just chilling. You guys tell us
also,
about the movie that we haven't told you we're talking about yet.
And if you're deaf, let us know. We can transcribe the whole thing so you can read it.
Yeah, what is it? We'll get Chris Pratt to do the ASL. ASL video.
Shout out Chris. See Prizzy.
Sorry. No offense to anybody. We're just two idiots talking to a tablet right now.
Welcome to the 21st century. So, Omar, what would you say your top film and bottom film of 2016?
2016. My
that
top,
you can recall.
Top film?
Yeah.
I'd have to say it's the 7th in the G Strings for Us series. It's on Showtime if you guys look it up.
Is this serious or not? I can't tell. Is this an art film or is this like...
Oh, depends on your definition of art.
It's pretty wide. I'd say Moonlight was at my top. I don't know if that's in the same ballpark as G Strings for Us, but it's
7. The 7th G Strings for Us 7. But no, I actually don't remember what my favorite of 2016 is. I watched.
You only gave Captain Fantastic 3 stars. That should have been your favorite 2016.
I watched only a few amount of films. I'll be honest. In the last couple weeks, months, just because I've been working so much, but I do have some not so favorites.
All right, let's start there.
So one of them, the one we're discussing today, is Suicide Squad. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It was a huge blockbuster hit.
Crazy.
And I don't mean hit as in it made a lot of money. I mean hit as in like it destroyed my self-esteem, my ego.
Would you say it accurately received 2.3 out of 5 stars on average on Letterboxd?
I would say that's about accurate. I would say that's about accurate.
Yeah, I'd say they're closer to 2.25. Is it passing? Sure, it's passing. But, 2.9 thousand people failed it, plus another 5, plus another... It did a lot of not so passing, but I think it got more passing grades, so yeah.
I think the worst thing about that is there weren't that many high expectations for the film after the trailer.
It broke like all kinds of records, and let's not forget it didn't win an Academy Award. So I think we have to say Academy Award winning Suicide Squad. You can't just say Suicide Squad.
The thing is, we don't have to say that.
It's like a pimp named Slickback. You got to say the whole thing. So Academy Award winning Suicide Squad for hair and makeup. I'm trying to think the realities of this. You go.
Yeah,
I'll let you start.
So one thing that we can take away from this is that there were some fairly normal guys, and they're not so much like the superhero movies. All these guys with powers and whatever, and this is more of a set of humans who just have weird issues, like Deadshot. He's just really good with guns. Harley Quinn is just a batshit crazy human being.
He's also like a psychiatrist, PhD psychiatrist.
Yeah, but like they don't really have powers except for the guy with like the fire and the guy who's like the Thing, but like coked out, couldn't make it on the Fantastic Four. So there were a couple guys with powers, but for the most part, they were just like a ragtag group of just humans.
Yeah, who I like performance overall?
Yeah.
Viola Davis. she was just like this Billy badass, mean Donald Trump of a fucking boss. And it worked well because, I mean, she was like this, right? She had to like herd all these cats, these bad people, bad dudes.
Yeah, these bad hombres.
Yeah. So she built an emotional wall. And then the way she iced her own people, too, she was just, I felt like she should be in like, I don't know, Lex Luthor's fucking Legion of Doom, man. Oh, might be.
Yeah, she's basically what the government is now. She's just like, just ruthless.
That isn't reality.
Just no cares about anything but the mission at hand.
No fucks given, I believe is the term.
Yeah. So, I mean...
And she's woke.
Yeah. I mean, in that way, in a lot of ways, that's a good thing and a bad thing. These people are all freaking crazy. Like, they're bad people, you know?
Because they didn't get their green card. Tell me more.
Well, they're bad people, you know? And so
but now, they do a good job. What about Deadshot? They show us him and his daughter's interaction. He's a bad dude, but a good father. Is there no redeeming quality there?
I mean, yeah, except while he's talking to his daughter, he's like, oh, yeah, that's your dad's going to go and kill those people, but he's not going to kill them this time because he's on strict rules, so I won't kill them yet, or whatever, at the end of it.
I'm sure your dad told you similar things.
No, my dad, no. But, yeah, I mean, there's some definite, like, similarities between how people want to react and be treated nowadays and how they actually accomplish what they want to do. So it's a lot of like...
It reminded me of like they grabbed all the cartel bosses and put them together and said, we're going to do this thing. You're going to be looked after by the CIA. We're going to move all this cocaine into the USA. And we're going to call it the war on drugs.
Yeah. It makes you think, like, what if there were no superheroes in the world? Like, these people all had vendettas against people, you know? And then it's like, what if they didn't have superheroes in their world? Would they even have the supervillains that they have in the Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I think they call them the KKK.
Those guys aren't so super.
But you said, would there be villains? Definitely.
Yeah.
I can show you the hatemap.org and show you a whole lots of villains.
Is that a real website?
Fuck yeah. Hosted by the Southern Poverty Law Center. Shout out to y'all. Doing the goddamn thing. Put out the good word. Resist, baby.
Viva la revolución.
Yeah. You know it.
We're on a Mexican tip now because it's like close to Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, it was May the 4th be with you. Revenge of the 5th. And now the 6th strikes back.
Yeah. Is today the 6th?
It is.
Oh, man.
Oh, that was timestamp. So, but no, I mean, I thought, honestly, it was a fucking terrible movie. I couldn't stand it. I thought the alligator character was just, didn't have enough, and they didn't, like, I watched a lot. I'm talking a lot of films. You may know this because my Letterboxd filmography is higher than yours. But who's counting? Just saw my 1800th film today. But I watched a lot of the animated Batman series, and, you know, Killer Croc was in a few of them, and I just felt like they didn't quite adhere to that enough, and they didn't really bring out the best in all the characters. They just kind of flashed a Joker in front of us.
Yeah.
And I felt like he did a good job. Jared Leto, Academy Award-winning Jared Leto, and an Academy Award-winning film, Suicide Squad, who had probably the most hair and makeup on.
Sounds like you're just trying to amp this movie up, man. You're trying to...
No, but au contraire.
But no, I do agree with you in that sense. They followed just a very few characters in this large cast of people, mostly Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, Will Smith, Deadshot.
And why was the story so sorry? Sorry to interrupt. It just hit me like that's what it was. Why was it so sorry? Because we've seen all these actors in Dallas Buyers Club.
Yeah.
In Ali and I don't know what these other. I have to. All right, let me get through the letterbox. Oh, Viola Davis and the help. I mean, we've seen them all kill in other roles. What did Margot do?
She was in Focus. She was
in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Oh, she was.
Jeez.
But I mean, we see these things, and she has some other work. Oh, Peter Rabbit, okay, and
yeah,
it just wasn't. this didn't really hit there.
Yeah, they focused a lot on on those specific stories, and they weren't even that fleshed out or done well. But like the stories that there were Deadshot. He he runs into Batman.
Yeah, I feel like he had the most human story.
Yeah, he had the most human story, but it's like okay, so you want to be this great mercenary guy and shoot people up and whatever. Batman stops you, so now you have a vendetta against Batman. Now, if I were in his shoes,
Yeah.
I would just continue making money. Like, why would you even bother turning around and focusing on Batman? Like,
What do you mean? Batman pulled his ass over in the alley and said, "You're going to fucking jail."
right, but at the same time, it's like once you get out of jail, are you gonna look for that guy who put you who like stopped you that quickly and put you in jail,
Well,
or are you gonna keep doing your thing to get money?
You're right. Because here's the thing: Batman's rarely outside of Gotham. Deadshot could have just moved.
Yeah, and he's only ever out at night, so it's like just do your deeds in the morning and you're good.
I'm pretty sure Batman will find out, and then he'll come get your ass at night.
I mean, maybe, but you have a better chance of not seeking him out. And
But Deadshot's at the top of his game. He's like an apex predator, man. It's like Highlander shit. You gotta find him and take that fuck out.
yeah, but if I'm looking at it from a perspective of of realistics, if I'm looking at it from a perspective of like
Really?
I am a guy. I'm trying to do my thing to get money. What I know how to do,
You're a top
I'm doing
assassin.
this thing to get money.
Top
And I'm
assassin.
doing that thing, top assassin for my family and whatever, for my child and whatever. I'm trying to get my money so I could provide. That's the only reason he's doing
I think he got caught up
shit
in the
anyway.
dope game, man.
I mean, he's not trying to prove anything. He's just trying to get back at Batman. And if I'm looking at it from an outside perspective, the real thing to do would just be to turn around, go down the street, and kill people somewhere else. Stop and get your money somewhere else.
Go to Metropolis.
Yeah, go somewhere else.
You deal with Superman.
I mean, you
A
know,
white boy with superpowers.
wherever, you know, someplace not Gotham.
Then Jeff Sessions is just gonna show up with the fucking KKK.
But that's what I'm thinking. And then there's Harley Quinn's story, and she's just obsessed with Joker. And,
yeah, I really like the flashback, like the way they were shot.
yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it was more Joker, less Harley. You know, it just wasn't there. Now, one character I wish I would have seen history about. What was the demon dude's name?
The Firestarter guy.
Yeah, the pyro.
Because
he was like
El Diablo.
Yeah, I would have liked to see how the hell he literally walked out of hell. You know, that seems like a Spawn story there.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
Yeah. Now that story I can kind of understand. I get that. You know, like he got raged up one day, like he was like doing roid rage or something,
Yeah.
and just kill his family and whatever.
Yeah.
So his story I can understand. Like if I were in his position, I would be upset at the world too, and I'd be kind of scared of my powers, you know, because that you know you don't want that kind of stuff to happen again.
Yeah, man.
But
It's like the sins of the father.
But they
visit the
didn't really give him anything to do. They gave him like the one scene where he shoots the fire and everybody goes, "Oh, that's cool," and then he, like, where is he after that?
Yeah.
He kind of like they tell his story, you know, in snippets, and then they give him his scene, and then he doesn't do much after that.
You know what? I would have appreciated more maybe if the narrative would have been structured such that we see all these various stories first, and then maybe it's just the last scene. Maybe Act 3, we just see them all together.
Yeah.
You know, something similar to Sin City, where we see 2 or 3 characters at a time,
Yeah.
and maybe the last act is like, oh, they're all here. They all have to cross paths.
Yeah.
Because all of their stories end up with them in jail or something, you know?
Yeah. I guess let's go to the end. Let's go to Act 3 and talk about that witch thing. The whole
What was that about? Yeah, I feel like she easily could have killed everybody.
yeah.
Her and her brother, right? Is that
Yeah. So the deal is that like this dude from the army thing with what are the commandos? He's like the head commando piece of shit, and he starts dating this witch. And
Yeah.
they're going at it and whatever, and then she gets taken over by some demon or something.